This video has went viral on Twitter, and take into account it's a TikTok video. So it is possible that the person is lying in order to gain clout. However, I doubt it. And at the end of the video, I will show you why I doubt that she is lying and I think she is telling the truth.
I'm literally shaking right now. I was just getting groceries and I live in San Francisco and I never really feel fully safe.
I mean, it is San Francisco, right? I think like this is something that a lot of people in San Francisco experience. The fear.
If you live in San Francisco, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I saw the comment section. Almost everyone knows what she's talking about. So like, this isn't just an outlier. This is just like a one-off.
And I just got groceries. I'm walking out of the store and this guy is walking past me and says, "Move, you stupid bitch," and he spits in my face, but all over my face.
Yeah, I don't understand this. Like, this doesn't happen in Romania. And if it did, it would be so rare that when you made a video about it, people would be horrified. And secondly, like, if this happens, like if a guy spits on another woman, any other person with a cock within a 2-meter radius would immediately check that guy. Like, this is unacceptable. Hell, unless the guy is like twice my size and does AoE with his punches, I would check him as well. And I would probably pray that other people would back me up on it. But still, it's like, it's instinctively, like, you don't even think about it. Like, by the time you're in that guy's face, then you start to weigh in options and ask, why did you do this? But like, this is how most people think in a healthy society. You don't just have like people spitting on the faces of random women on the street. How can you live like that? But anyway, right. This isn't like the main point that I want to address. Listen to this further.
And then I say, "Excuse me, did you just spit in my face?" And he says, "Move or I'll rape you." There's also people everywhere and everyone's just walking by because they're like, "I can't handle something else in San Francisco." It's all.
Yeah. I mean, we saw what happened when a person tried to prevent the crime that was taking place in the subway. That person went under investigation. Because here's the thing. When you get in a confrontation with someone, you don't know what the results are. Like, you may just want to immobilize the person, yet the person can fight back. They can be under the influence of certain drugs. They can have certain medical conditions. And you just want to immobilize them until the cops get there. And in exchange, you can end up hospitalizing them. Or you can end up doing something worse. And then you're the one that's to blame. And it's not only that, like, society blames you for trying to help. Because in a normal society, like, if you hear here in the news in Romania, like, okay, this guy spat on a woman's face. This other guy tried to stop him, but things got out of control and the aggressor got injured and is in a hospital. No one would feel bad for the aggressor. Unironically, like, most people would be, well, why did he spit into someone else's face? That's not what a law-abiding person does. That's not the type of neighbor that I want to live next to. He shouldn't have spat. Simple as. And when other people checked him, he should have complied. Right? But this isn't the mentality that would happen in America now, is it? So don't be shocked when people don't help you. Because believe it or not, this is the selfish human nature. But even when you do a kind gesture, some people do want some recognition. Or at least not to be treated like villains. At least to be treated in a neutral manner. So this is the problem you have in San Francisco. Any good deed doesn't go unpunished. And we saw that in the news. So obviously, people are not likely to help. But furthermore, what's also interesting is that if she would have called the cops. So let's say, you have someone spitting in your face, is then threatening you with committing a crime. And let's say you manage to call the cops and the cops actually get there on time. If there's an altercation with the police and the guy gets shot because he doesn't comply, he tries to charge at the police officer, he fights against the police officer or whatever, then you would be to blame. Like literally the media, CNN, would show your face in a news article and they will say that you called the cops on someone else and you're to blame. This is the culture that is in San Francisco. So don't go Pikachu face when people are adapting to the culture. It's kind of like evolution. It's like if the environment changes, then the creatures living in that environment are going to have to adapt to fit the new environment. What you want is people to still have the morality from the previous culture while the culture changes to make you feel good. But it doesn't work that way.
Always something else. I don't even know why I'm posting this. If you live in San Francisco...
Well, actually, that's your first problem. You should end it with don't.
You feel this way all the time. I don't feel...
According to the comments section, yes, people do feel this way all the time. Right, so she doesn't feel safe. Okay, now, people on the internet accurately stereotyped her Again, if stereotyping is wrong, how are people always so right? So they managed to stereotype her voting patterns. I don't know how they did it. Like, they just watch at this 43 seconds clip, and immediately they managed to stereotype her. Like, that is some next level stereotypism that even I am not aware of. I'm curious how they done it. But as you can see, this lady is a Democrat supporter. This is from a couple of years ago. Apparently, people are very thorough when checking someone's background on the internet. This is what she posted, right? So, if you were demoralizing the police, like you weren't happy, you thought that the police is too tough on crime, and your solution was to chant defund the police. Now, even the Democrats are saying, well, actually, you know, we don't want to defund them. But like, no, you demoralize them. So you helped elect people, which passed legislation allowing for criminals to steal less than $1,000 from stores, and the police isn't able to catch them. This emboldens criminals. Like, this sends a message. You know, like, this is the ideology which suggests that a rape joke normalizes rape culture, a racist joke normalizes racism, but for some fucking reason, they can't seem to put two and two together and realize that petty theft normalizes theft. So, theft normalizes criminal activity. Now, I grew up in a neighborhood with people from all walks of life, and I know how criminals think. They have disdain and disrespect for law-abiding citizens because they view themselves as above the law-abiding citizen. The law-abiding citizen is a moron. He pays taxes, he follows the law, he has to live like a slave. The criminal does whatever he wants. That's how they justify it to themselves. That's how they rationalize what they do. So yeah, like, they will think they are better than you because you do follow the rules. You do everything that you're supposed to, and they will laugh at you for doing that and disrespect you and spit on your face. And when that happens, there's no police to come and help you. In fact, the police may even choose not to come and help. Like, why should they? Why should they risk their job and have their face appear on CNN? For what? They can just ignore your call. Especially since it's nothing that big compared to what other things is happening in Scat Francisco. Like, let's be honest. And secondly, why would anyone else help you? Why would they help you? Like, they know that if they help you and it escalates, they end up in the newspaper. Not only that, they may also think that, okay, well, if I go to help, oh, I'll probably be the only one that has to face against this crazy person. I mean, clearly the individual is not rational if they spat in your face for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, welcome to the consequences of your own actions. You literally voted for this. This is the society you literally choose to live in. Like, there is absolutely no excuse. No excuse whatsoever. You wanted this thing. You changed the environment, and now people have adapted to what you changed. I don't know what to say. The problem is, it's very easy to get to this stage. It's very difficult to get out of this stage. Like, even if you were to have now, like, let's say you bring back all the people from 50 years ago, and they would reinstall the culture that they had, and they would be, like, really tough on crime, absolutely, you know, no remorse for the criminal. It would still be incredibly difficult for them to return things to the way they were at the 2016 level. Because here's the thing, you know, like, this is the major difference between the mentality in Scat Francisco and the mentality in Romania. In Scat Francisco, you look at someone that spat on another person and threatened them with rape. You look at it and you're thinking, wow, you know, he's probably a victim of society. Oh, well, he didn't get to be raised better. Maybe if we have a team of psychologists and social servants to talk to him and tell him that what he is doing is wrong, maybe, just maybe, we can rehabilitate this person. We can reintegrate him in society. And if we can't, then we shouldn't lock him up. Meanwhile, in Romania, it's like, okay, well, this person clearly doesn't know how to behave next to law-abiding citizens. He needs to be locked up for the safety of others. That's it. Simple. Like, there is no discussion. There is no conversation. It's like, oh, yeah, but, like, locking people up in prison costs money. I'm willing to pay it. I'm willing to pay it for my safety. Like, why should this person be on the street and spit on innocent people? No, absolutely not. He should be in prison. And if he doesn't learn his lesson when he comes out, goes to prison for some more time. And then goes to prison for even more. I don't fucking care. It's not my business. Not my problem. I don't want to be spat on my face. That's the only thing. I don't spit on other people, so I expect the same in return. This is the healthy mindset that people need to have if you want to have less crime. And of course, if you see someone doing it, you check that person. And if everyone thinks like that, any person that spits on someone else is going to have to deal with 7 or 8 people around him until the cops arrive. And if an altercation happens, and you know, like the cops shoot him or something like that, then everyone goes, it's like, well, why did he resist? There was no reason for him to resist. Like, he shows such a contempt for the law. He showed such an attitude towards committing crime that even, like, he doesn't even respect the police officer. Well, how is he going to respect me then? How is he going to respect my daughter if he can't respect a man in uniform? That's the Romanian mindset. But holy shit, that's toxic for San Francisco. Well, if it's toxic, then live the way you chose to live. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.